It goes without saying that spooky songs existed before 1982. I mean, who hasn't heard Monster Mash, right? But at the same time, few songs had the storytelling, spectacle, and star power that Michael Jackson's Thriller delivered. One song, paired with an iconic music video, turned Halloween into a cultural event. To this day, Thriller is the most downloaded Halloween-themed hit of all time. However, it really isn't just a song, but instead a cinematic universe that took on a life of its own. The red jacket, the choreography, the eerie Vincent Price monologue, every element worked together to make it unforgettable. Whether he knew it at the time or not, Michael Jackson created a blueprint for emotional branding that has permeated pop culture for over 40 years. Hey friends, I'm Ana The Marketeer, your friendly neighborhood marketeer baddie. I break down the branding and marketing strategies of celebrities, creators, and campaigns so we can both learn and grow together in our personal brand, business, etc., whatever you're working on. And today, if you can't tell by the red leather jackets come through, Thriller jacket vibes, we're breaking down how Thriller transformed fear into fame, built a billion-dollar legacy, and became one of the smartest brand alignments in pop culture history. Plus, I'll break down how you can take elements from the Thriller launch and apply it to your own brand and business. But first, I know many of you watching are not subscribed to my channel. If you've been liking my videos, please hit subscribe right now to support the channel and get weekly breakdowns just like this. Your girl is trying to make it to 20K, so every click counts. Please help a girlie out. And if you join my newsletter, Marketeer's Memo, you'll get a free download of my authentic branding checklist that will give you immediate tips to elevate your current branding while being yourself. The link is in the description. Also, you can listen to these episodes on Spotify as well. That link's in the description too. Now, let's break it down. How Michael Jackson turned fear into fame. It's 1982. Michael Jackson is already a household name and has been for years. He rose to stardom as a member of the Jackson 5 and through his first 4 solo albums. But 1979's Off the Wall album had made him a global superstar and really showcased his vocal range, creativity, and solo performing capabilities. But Jackson didn't stop after finding success. He sought cultural domination during a time when a shift from Motown to pop was prevalent. He didn't just want to be the best singer or dancer. He wanted to be an entire experience. Thriller, the album, dropped in November 1982, strategically close to the holiday season, and was unlike anything the pop industry had seen. But it wasn't the song alone that built the legacy. It was the marketing. At a time when music videos were still being seen as promotional tools, Jackson turned them into cinematic events. He understood something few artists did then, that music was about the story, not solely the sound. And Thriller told a story that everyone could feel. It merged music, horror, fashion, and film into one cohesive brand experience, a crossover that transcended genre, race, and even time, as we're still talking about it today, turning a music video into pop culture canon. If we look at how Michael Jackson was able to turn Thriller into an iconic moment that's still referenced over 40 years later, we can see 4 key factors helped shape Thriller into becoming one of the biggest music launches ever. Number 1, it was new and unexpected. Number 2, strong visual identity. Number 3, timing and cultural alignment. And 4, smart brand partnerships. So let's break each aspect down. Number 1, turning a music video release into an unexpected spectacle. The Thriller video is more of a short film than it is a music video. It was a 14-minute cinematic event directed by John Landis, who also directed An American Werewolf in London. Nearly 1 year after the song dropped, a private premiere was held on November 14th, 1983 at the Crest Theater in Los Angeles, with an exclusive guest list including many of our favorite celebs. And it was followed by a limited theatrical release at the AVCO Theater, making it eligible for an Academy Award. While it didn't get nominated for an Oscar, it did win 8 Grammys. After much anticipation, the Thriller music video officially premiered to the general public on MTV on December 2nd, 1983, instantly becoming a pop culture phenomenon. The production cost was $500,000. Unheard of at the time. But here's the genius. Despite not releasing Thriller for Halloween, because it was truly closer to Christmas than it was to Halloween, Jackson utilized fear in the video. And most importantly, he made fear fun. Instead of relying on gore, Thriller used camp, choreography, and humor to rebrand horror as entertainment for everyone in the family to enjoy. It had a scary undertone, but it was more stylistic than anything, with the main chorus hitting 9 minutes and 40 seconds into the video. The whole ordeal was captivating. The red jacket became iconic. The zombie choreography became instantly recognizable even to this day. And the eerie laugh at the end cemented its spooky but safe vibe. He turned horror from something niche into something mainstream. That's brand magic at its finest, taking something taboo and making it accessible without losing its edge. Number 2, visual identity, iconography that outlived the era. When you think of Thriller, you don't even have to hear the song. You see it in your mind automatically. The crimson jacket, as I've copied here, the zombies, the foggy streets, that's brand consistency in visual form. Jackson built a visual grammar for his work. Red for power and danger, black and shadow for mystery, tight and polished choreography for controlled and perfectionism. It's a lesson in how strong brands rely on repetition. Every move, every angle, every outfit served the same emotions and feelings, and those were fear and fascination. Even decades later, the imagery hasn't faded. From flash mobs to Halloween parties, the Thriller look is instantly recognizable. That's what makes Thriller bigger than nostalgia. It became brand equity. 3, perfect balance of timing and cultural alignment. The timing of Thriller's release is also super important to its success. Jackson released it at the intersection of 3 cultural moments. 1, MTV's rise as a cultural force. 2, horror films dominating theaters in the 1980s. And 3, Halloween becoming more commercialized and mainstream. Rather than resist the spooky aesthetic, Jackson leaned into it. But he didn't limit himself to Halloween. He made it seasonless. In fact, Thriller wasn't branded as a Halloween song. Both the song and the music video were released closer to Christmas, as I mentioned before. However, its themes of transformation, duality, and performance made it relevant every October. That's a masterclass in how you create seasonal dominance without seasonal dependence. And 4, smart brand partnerships can transcend genres and generations. The song's success was due to Jackson's popularity, but also who he collaborated with. He brought in Vincent Price, the ultimate horror icon with a recognizable villainous voice.
For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the Thriller.
For that unforgettable spoken word portion of the song. That move bridged generations and genres, connecting pop's future to horror's past. It also gave Thriller credibility with the horror fandom, while staying fun enough for mainstream audiences. And that's a sweet spot of smart branding. Borrow legacy, build new meaning. Branding lessons. So what can we learn about how Michael Jackson turned Thriller into a permanent part of Halloween, but also pop culture by large? If you play Thriller in summertime, people are still going to be doing that dance. If you wear a red jacket, people are going to be like, that looks like Thriller. You look like Michael Jackson. So let's break it down. Lesson 1, align with emotion, not events. Thriller isn't technically about Halloween, but it feels like Halloween. That's the difference between chasing trends and owning emotions. Jackson didn't brand himself around a singular calendar date. He branded himself around fear, transformation, and fun. If your brand evokes a specific feeling consistently, people will start associating you with that feeling, even without reminders. Ask yourself, What emotion does your brand own? Lesson 2, make the experience bigger than the product. The Thriller video became its own entity. It wasn't simply a visual for the song. The music was one part of a larger universe. That's how Jackson created cultural stickiness. He built immersion, a full experience, rather than just a single hit. For modern creators, this means don't just sell your product, sell the world it exists in. Lesson 3, be fearless with format. In 1983, a 14-minute music video was unheard of. It broke all the rules, and that's why it worked. Michael Jackson rewrote the playbook. Your brand doesn't stand out by blending in and following all the rules. Sometimes you need to break the format everyone else is playing safe in. Innovation creates visibility, and visibility builds legacy. Lesson 4, collaborate across genres. By collaborating with Vincent Price, Jackson tapped into another world entirely. That move blended music as audiences knew it with storytelling, film, and fandom. That's cross-pollination done right. When you borrow the equity of another field or icon, your brand inherits a layer of meaning it couldn't build alone. So ask yourself, who could your brand collaborate with to build new contexts? And lesson 5, stay consistent even when you experiment. Thriller was wildly different from Jackson's other songs, but it didn't feel off-brand. Why? Because the core pillars stayed the same: performance, perfection, and spectacle. He evolved without confusing his audience. That's the art of brand expansion. Evolution, not reinvention. When you expand your brand, make sure your foundation is strong enough to support it. Now, over 40 years later, Thriller still dominates every October. And not because it's the scariest or, the most gore-filled thing related to Halloween we could find, but because it's the most strategic. Michael Jackson took releasing a hit song a step further. He built an emotion that reawakens every year like a cultural ritual. So whether you're building a brand, launching a product, or planning your next big creative move, remember this: you don't need to chase trends. You just need to own a feeling. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new, and I'd love to hear from you guys. What's your favorite piece of music, marketing, or brand moment that lives rent-free in your head? Share it in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives like this, please subscribe to the channel. Join Marketeer's memo in the description below if you would like some more of this type of stuff in your inbox. And of course, you could stream the podcast on Spotify. Follow me on IG and TikTok at Ana The Marketeer. And if you'd like some personal marketing or branding tips, advice, strategy from me, you can find my email in the description below. Feel free to hit me up. I am here. Probably not wearing my Thriller red leather jacket. This is actually my mom. Let me be real. I do not own this jacket. It's my mom's, but she doesn't need to know what she doesn't need to know. Until next time, Marketeers, stay spooky, stay innovative. Oh my god, innovative. Until next time, Marketeers, stay spooky, stay innovative, and most importantly, stay you.